So the post that I put up were just simply the names and the ages of the people, and then the commentary. I keep reading the names and I keep reading their ages,
Hmm.
and I put someone that I know at that age in that place, and it cuts deep.
It
That's
does.
my dad. That's my grandmother. That's my friend. That's my client who I've known for 20 years, who's that exact age. You know what I mean? Like, and people just going about their everyday life and then things. So I mean, it's sad to say that happens so much, and it happens so much to so many different communities. And but it's still hit home because of the color of my skin, because of the geography, how close it is. Like Alex is flying into Buffalo today as she's coming home. Like we're in Buffalo a lot, right? Like it's close to us.
Right.
We know places. There's places that we frequent. We go there. Like I know what those people look like, feel like, sound like, smile like, joke like. I have no clue who they are, but I know the people who lost their lives that day.
Well, and we have some listeners who actually did know the people.
Mhm.
And that's painful too, because you hear the stories. And
Yes.
that in itself bothers me. I think what bothers me most about it is the people who are like, we can't start talking to younger people about it, because
Hmm.
kids can't handle it. We can't start,
Yes.
putting it out there in a way that, makes people think about it all the time because it's negative.
Hmm.
There is nothing positive about mass shootings. And to me, looking at it that way is, in effect, normalizing something that should never be normal. It's
Right.
saying that you can't talk about it unless you've reached a certain threshold, which is ridiculous. And even just in terms of a preparedness thought process, Barney isn't real, thank God. Neither are the Teletubbies or Caillou or any of that bullshit. And I'm not saying you say, hey, Johnny, here's some people dead on the street. Like, this is
Hmm.
going to be your future. Like, you don't do that, obviously. But
You
if we're
find your
not
way.
having conversations
Yes.
about even the why behind it in
Hmm.
an age appropriate way, then we create and maintain, I should say, we maintain the landscape that we're in, where people are
Yes.
able to stay so far removed from it that they don't feel like they have to engage with it. Guess what? We all need to be engaging with it. And for those who think that, hey, listen, this is just something that's happening to people of color right now, and I don't have to worry about it because I live in this great place where everybody looks like me and it's very homogenized. I want to remind you of Sandy Hook, by the way,
Hmm.
because those were white kids killed by a white perpetrator who, at the end of the day, was had mental health problems, another breakdown in our society. Let's put that way. That can happen
Yes.
in any community of any color at any time. And you know what? The fellow white people, the Alex Jones listeners, the radicals all said the same thing. This isn't real.
Hmm.
So imagine taking somebody's pain away or covering up somebody's pain in this mist of bullshit and telling them they just have to deal with it. That's what's happening now with Buffalo. I don't accept it. Everybody should be concerned, just like Tammy said. And I
Yes.
think that we need to be talking about this a lot. And I dare say, like every day, all the time, not all the time, like, I mean,
Right.
sometimes you have
Right.
to talk about your plants, but you have to talk about it because it cannot be allowed to become common.
Right. Exactly. Yes. I That being said, I'm glad that we have kept it central in our conversations over the last 2 years.
For
It's,
sure.
you know what I mean? Like it's been woven to conversations, and just when you feel like you might want to apologize for bringing it up again, we didn't, and we talked about it anyways, and we kept it in the conversation. So I know that for the people who have been watching, I'm glad when I see people having conversations here and feeling comfortable and leaning into a conversation, and like when Beth was on, and just like giving her permission to feel and ask and stuff like that, like that. This is part of that healing process
Mhm.
when we can have those conversations. So I'm glad that we just had that bit. Like, I'll tag you on this, Misty, if you want to throw it back up on your social media again, just to get people talking about it. You know, because
Sure,
I think
absolutely.
it's true. It is love.
It is love.
Um,
Yeah.
the Reading Olivia's comment too. My husband's nieces were in Sandy Hook, and we were unbelievably saddened by this. Yeah. Um, I'd encourage you to, like, if you guys want to just grab, like, screenshot this and just put this one little soundbite back into your feed and your loop, because I'm sure, you know, just like I did this morning, some people see it and they're just kind of outside and didn't really catch it when they heard it, or it didn't hit their feed somewhere else. So the more it's out there and people get to hear it from different lenses, from different perspectives, all that stuff is good.